This was her game. She pretty much doesn't play the 3DS anymore, so it's not. So I don't. So she doesn't really play it anymore. And as you guys can see, we lost the game cartridge. We pretty much lost a whole bunch of game cartridges because again, some friends stole them for some strange reason. So yeah. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D. This has got to be one of the best N64 ports of all time because it's a Zelda game and it's the N64 game that I actually grew up playing. I believe I've been playing the original Ocarina of Time on the N64 since I was like about 4 years old. Super Mario 3D Land. I was about to say World. But yeah, Super Mario 3D Land. This is actually a pretty cool game in my opinion. This was actually the first Nintendo 3DS game to feature Mario. There were new power-ups, and I was also very glad to see the Tanuki suit return, because that hasn't been in a Mario game since 3D Land until, well, before the time this game released, that is. Rayman 3D, which is actually Rayman 2, The Great Escape, on the Nintendo 64. Not a bad game. I would recommend it if you're a collector or just really like Rayman. So yeah, definitely recommend picking that up if you're a collector or a huge fan of Rayman. And finally, we have Paper Mario Sticker Star. Not as good as Paper Mario on the N64, or Super Paper Mario, although I know a lot of you guys really hate that game, so please do not hate me for liking that game. But it's just, this game is just not as good as the others. So, yeah. And now we move into this huge tower of Wii, Wii U, and Xbox 360 games. I don't know why I keep leaving the frame. Let's jump into this tower, shall we? Let's start off with the Xbox 360 games. Before we start, again, this is a Xbox 360 game, but I'm going to be revealing that one until the very end, so stay tuned till the end to find out what this game is. Also, there are more DS and 3DS games right in here. So stay tuned till the end to find out what those games are as well. Anyways, let's jump into the Xbox 360 games. So, I have Dance Central 3, Dance Central 2, Dance Central, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. This has a whole bunch of Sega Genesis games like Columns, the Sonic games on the Genesis. They even have, I believe, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine and Altered Beast, all 3 Golden Axes. They even have some of the Sega Master Systems and the arcade games that Sega released on there as well. Just Dance 2017. This is an old gen version. I prefer the new gen version better than the old gen version. And also, the Kinect sometimes doesn't read your dance moves in the game. So, I probably recommend picking that up on another system, or picking it up on a new gen system where instead you use your smartphone to dance. Don't use the Kinect because it's not really good at tracking your movements in Just Dance 2017. Old gen or new gen. I haven't tried the Xbox One's Kinect yet, but I don't know if it's any good than the one for the Xbox. Then if it's any good than the Kinect for the Xbox 360. Just Dance 2015. Okay game, but again, sometimes it doesn't really track your movements, and sometimes the move detection on the game is so bad that you can literally not even try, and it will just say that you're going like you're really good, like just like do the moves without like any energy or just not even try. Sometimes the game might just, say that you're actually doing the moves when you're actually not. And finally, somebody actually got this right. Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. So the person who got that right, so the person who said Minecraft in the Discord server, you're right, because I actually do have Minecraft. But I have more than one Minecraft, and it's somewhere in here. Next up, I'm gonna showcase my Wii U games. Splatoon, really awesome game. It's actually a pretty good game to head back to if you own Splatoon 2. But nowadays, a lot of hackers have gone into the online mode, and now it just feels like clearly impossible to win. Like, I mean, at all. Like, sure, you can head back and get your game modes up and the original Splatoon, but just be wary. There are so many hackers in Splatoon 1 now. It is absolutely crazy because one time I was playing an online match and there was somebody with like invincibility hacks. So if you're ever doing the online mode in this game, please be careful because there's tons of hackers in there. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Alright for what it is. It's an okay Smash Bros. Game, but it's okay for what it is. It's not as good as Ultimate or Brawl or the one on the Nintendo 64, but Smash Bros. For Wii U, it's an okay game. Sing Party, the most expensive Wii U game at launch. I actually didn't get this at launch. I actually got this later down the line. The reason why this was so expensive was because you actually had to buy an extra accessory to go with it. Just hang on. This accessory actually came with this game, so that's the reason why this game was so expensive. So this game was actually $50, and if you really want to get this game, you're going to need to make sure that this game comes with the mic. Even if you can find it lying around in store shelves, make sure that it comes with this accessory because you will need it. It is actually required to play the game. And you actually need friends to play this game because there are parts in this game where you need the audience to sing along with you. So, yeah. Another thing that I should point out with this is that this thing has an extremely long wire. Like, you could probably, if my Wii U was, like, over here in this section, like, where the bed is, and this wire could actually reach from over there to the other end of this room, where my hand is completely offset. So, yeah, this thing has a pretty long wire, so keep that in mind as well. You need the microphone to play this game. Anyways, back to the collection. Paper Mario Color Splash. Again, not as good as the other Paper Mario games that I was talking about. I do hear Thousand Year Door is good as well, but again, don't have a GameCube, so I can't really say if that's true or not. But this game is not as good as the other three Paper Mario games that I was talking about. Like, I would say that Color Splash is more annoying than this one because you need paint in order to do your attacks. And for this one, you just need stickers to do your attacks. And once you use paint in this game, you don't get it back. Like, you don't get a refill sometimes. And this one, once you use your stickers in this one, your stickers are gone forever and you can't get them back. So, yeah, those games are really, really frustrating. So, I wouldn't really recommend them, but I would recommend them if you're like a collector of the 3DS or the Wii U. So, yeah, back to the collection. Back to the collection. Wow, I cannot speak today. But anyways, back to the collection. Yoshi's Woolly World. I would say this is an okay game. It's not one of my favorites of all time, but it's a good game. A lot of my favorite games are actually digital, so yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind as well. Well, actually, no, that's not true. One of them is actually an Xbox 360 game, but I'll get back to you on that one as well. And double marks on the person who said Minecraft, because I got two versions of Minecraft. I have the Xbox 360 version, and I also have the Wii U one as well. And this one actually says that it includes the Super Mario Mashup pack. So yeah, this is actually that's actually like the first Minecraft game to be released on a Nintendo console. So yeah, Super Mario Maker. I'm still waiting for Super Mario Maker 2, so that way I can get my hands on that one. This is actually a pretty good game. You can make your own Mario levels from, as you look on the back, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. U.